Hello everybody, I'm Stephen and most of you will know me because I'm a popular investor on the eToro platform. But today I wanted to do a little bit of a different video for you, and it's something that I've been considering doing for a while, where I tell you a bit more about my opinions but also a little bit more about my investment journey along the way. So today I wanted to make a video on Solana and how I made a 100x return on my investment with Solana. So I started off and I invested in June 2020 at a price of about 70 cents per token. And now today in 2021, we are sitting at about $150 per Solana. So how did I make that investment and what was my overall journey? Well, I'd heard a lot about Solana during the 2018 and 2019 bear market. There was a lot of buzz overall in the market and also on crypto Twitter, where a lot of people were talking about this amazing new project that was currently in development and it was not released at that stage by Solana. So I thought, right, I've got to dig deep and look more, go down the rabbit hole and find out more about Solana. So what I did was I started to try to absorb as much information on Solana as possible and do a deep dive. So I looked at many different things. So first of all, I looked at it and I thought, what are its unique characteristics? Well, it instantly jumped out at me because Solana is able to do over 50,000 transactions per second on its blockchain. Another area I looked at as well is what were the fees and the transaction fees like on the blockchain. Well, not only were they super fast, but the fees were also very, very small. And this came at a time where Ethereum fees started to be really expensive, and they've got really expensive, especially now in 2021. And also Ethereum had a lot of scalability issues around Ethereum 2.0. So there was a really big gap in the market for something like Solana. It also came at a time where decentralized finance, DeFi, started to really come over to prominence. And additional to that also is there was a NFT craze that has built up momentum, especially in 2019, 2020 especially, and now in 2021. We are seeing a increasing demand overall for NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. This really set a really great path to Solana. And it's something that I thought, right, I really need to get invested overall in Solana. Also, I looked at the CEO as well, and his name is 𝗕𝗶𝘆𝗽𝗃, and he has a lot of experience in technology. So he has previously worked at Dropbox and Qualcomm, and what I liked about him is that the project wasn't all marketing and behind the curtain salesmanship. There was a lot of people in the team, including himself, who had technical expertise, and that really drew me overall to the project. Another thing I looked at was, who are the investors in this project, and are there a lot of smart people? And the answer was yes. So some of the early investors in Solana were Multicoin Capital. And then we also saw the big names as well, such as 𝗕𝗶𝘆𝗽𝗃, and also 𝗖𝗿𝗄𝗎 Research, which is headed by Sam Bankman-Fried, who is one of the youngest billionaires in the world. So Solana also had a lot of capital that was invested in the project in order for it to succeed long term. They also had a very ambitious but achievable roadmap, which really enticed me overall to the project. And the project is something that has gone from strength to strength in 2021. There has been a lot of ups and downs along the way, but Solana has really started to bridge that gap overall to Ethereum. And I'm not making this video in order to say, I want you to go and invest in Solana. I'm really making this video just to show you that it's achievable to make large gains if you get in very early to projects. I think Solana has a lot of potential to increase in price if you have a multi-year horizon. But I also think a lot of those early gains that I managed to make, are no longer achievable, but it doesn't mean that you can't make really good gains from it. But you also need to look at other projects as well. You need to look at those same attributes that I looked at in Solana to find out what might be the next project. And not only when you find and you do that deep research into the project, you need to have conviction. You need to be able to hold when the market is going down and not get too euphoric when the price is going up. An important thing that you need to do as well is you need to set take profit zones. And this is something that I tend to do, and I tend to trim my positions as they go up in price, like I have done with Solana. So I set these take profit areas, and what is really good about that strategy overall is it takes the psychological fear out of the equation and takes emotion out of the equation as well. So if you do that, then once you take these set take profit zones, you will take more and more profit over time and reducing the risk, because many people in crypto will tell you just to hodl on and hold on forever. But it's important to take profits, because as we know, and what we learned from 2018 and 2019 to some degree, is that these altcoins can go down a lot in price during a prolonged bear market. And some altcoins went down from 90% to 95%, and some of them even went to zero. I think that's really extremely unlikely in Solana's case, but it's important to take those profits, and you can always buy back again in a bear market if you really think that that project is going to succeed over time. It's very important when investing in some of these small altcoins in which you hope increase in market capitalization and give you a great return, that you don't invest a big portion of your net worth in any one coin. What you really want to do is you want to spread those out to a number of different really promising projects. And you will find that even if just 1 or 2 or 3 of those projects succeed and the majority of them fail, that those small number, whether that be 1, 2, 3 projects, will far exceed the amount of investment that you originally made over all of those different projects. So make sure that you spread your investments accordingly and you don't have all of your eggs in one basket. So I'm not making this video to brag about the gains that I made in Solana, but I hope you can find some characteristics from my story that might help you find potential future projects like Solana in the future, where you can make a lot of gains. Thanks very much for listening, and I will continue to try and make these short videos.